Born in Iran. My father was a Navy officer, and my mom was a socialite slash housewife slash taking care of the kids and living her best life. Well, not living her best life, but my father was addicted to drugs, and he was a woman beater, and he was just not good for her. And when women want to divorce their husbands in Iran, it's basically not possible to get the kids. So my mom made like a master plan to get me and my brother out of there, and she basically kidnapped us. And we fled to the Netherlands, and then we were refugees in the Netherlands for basically 3 years until we got a citizenship, and we went to school there, and yeah, that's how it started. But my home country, all my family lives in Iran. I don't have any contact with my family there. I mean, when I used to live with my mom as a kid, they would call and we would speak with each other sometimes. My father, I've never seen after we left. My mom got remarried to a Iranian man again. And
in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands, yeah. And they have a son together, which is my stepbrother. I have an older brother from my dad, and then my stepbrother from her new husband. And she had him at 48. It's a great, interesting story. So my baby brother is 13 now, 12, yeah. He's very young. And yeah, we are like a modern, crazy, interesting, fun family. The 3 years in the refugee camps were just horrible. Me and my brother were traumatized.
What goes on? Like what? Give us a little example.
I mean, they put us in an old army base, and men, women, children, all mixed, people from all different places.
From everywhere,
from
all
everywhere.
over the world.
People who saw war and killings and torture, and we came from, we want to leave my father. You know, we had a very privileged life. So it was, and I say this like sometimes, and people are like laughing. I'm like, the things that I've seen, I can't even describe to you because it was so weird. Like they would give us, we had like a 2x2 room, and the three of us had to be in there. And like at night, you would feel the cockroaches like walking over you, or a woman being raped in these camps, you know, or like, and no door to knock on. And I mean, Europe didn't know what to do with refugees. That was also like a new thing for them. And we came during a time where they were tired of just letting people in, so they were extra strict giving them citizenship. So that's why our case took like 3 years. It was just horrendous. Anyways, 3 years happens. We get the citizenship, and then we get a house. And me and my brother go to school in Bilthoven in Utrecht. It's like 20 minutes from Amsterdam. Yes.
People know that.
Yes.
I know Amsterdam.
Shout out to Bilthoven, yes.
20-minute train ride?
20-minute train ride, yes. Okay. A 30-minute car ride.
It's all the same, I guess. In Europe, it's
so small. So then during the time in a refugee camp, my mom didn't have the time to be busy with me and my gender dysphoria. I mean, it was talked about a lot, but nothing really was done until I was 14. And my mom was like, we need to go and talk to somebody because this is not healthy. You're not doing well. And I'd rather have a kid that's alive than a dead child. I didn't bring you all the way here to bury you here.
So, do you remember much?
I remember a lot.
That 4 to 7 years, I guess, would be, right?
Yeah. I mean, the earliest memories I have is that we used to travel a lot because my father used to.
Oh, he would go to different bases?
Yeah, different bases.
Just like here, in the branch, right?
Yeah. And then us officers would like come and like pick us up from kindergarten and stuff like that, and it would like bring us everywhere. I remember like having a lot of people over for parties and dinner parties and social events and stuff, which my mom would always like take care of. And I also remember leaving Iran, like the journey, because we went through Turkey and like to the mountains. And
how does like.
It was.
How did that happen? Just by like train or
right?
Just
so we
were you with a group of people, or did you?
Well, I remember that what I remember is me. What I always see is me, my mother, myself, and my brother. I don't see other people, but what I know is that because I wrote a book, and in the book, my mom helped me like memorize a lot of things because I forgot a lot of this stuff.
That's what I was wondering what your mom was telling.
Informed me about a lot of stuff. Yeah. So basically, she contacted smugglers who gave us fake passports. So it was the idea. My mom sold the idea to my father, like, you are fucking up in this country. We need to get out of here. Your reputation is bad. Let me go with the kids first, and then you come. So my father would like basically.
He believed it.
And he believed it. And she's a great actress, you know. She was like, let me fix this. And she made it happen. So we got a smuggler who got us on the bus from Tehran to the mountains somewhere, I think like Kurdistan or somewhere, Turkey, near Turkey border. And then we were there for a few days until they like gave us like fake papers. And then from Turkey, we took the plane I think we took the plane. I have to be honest, after I wrote my book, I never read it again because it's so traumatizing for me to like go back in these things. So I have like flashbacks of how my story is, but read the book, people. I think what I memorized is we had like
book plug. What is the name of the book? We'll talk about it. But what is it?
In German, it's Mein bunter Schatten Lebensweg einer Transgender Frau, which means my colorful shadow life journey of a transgender woman.
All right, we'll get back to that.
Yes. So basically, we got we changed our nationality to like Spanish people or something, and then we went from Turkey to this was the story. We went from Turkey to Germany, and then in Germany we were supposed to go to a refugee camp there, but it was so bad and the climate was so racist and so horrible that we I think the next day we took the car, and then with the car we went from Germany to the Netherlands because they're neighboring countries. So that's how it went. And I in the book it's also described my mom was like playing us off as like Spanish tourists who were visiting Turkey. And I do remember my mom telling us like, do not speak in the plane. Don't say mom, don't say anything. And we were kids, but our mom is our God. So anything she would say, we would listen to her. My brother and I were just frozen and we just did what she said.
How old your
My older brother, he's 3 years older than I am.
Okay.
I'm 33, he's 36 now.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, your mom she knew what she was doing, and I mean, you do whatever you can,
Survival mode.
and you just turn it on.
Turn it on, and she just went for it. And the sad thing is, when we arrived in the Netherlands, she just completely broke down because like all the stress came out, and
I'm sure,
she went mad. So basically, the 3 years that we were in that refugee camp, it was really hard for her to and I was really she couldn't handle me because I was all over the place. And
well, you're a young child, so.
And I was dealing with my gender dysphoria, and in Iran I already had like guidance, and there was like help. We had psychologists on the base camps to help the soldiers and the Marine officers and stuff like that. And I would go for like talks, and they would always tell my mom, thank God, they were like, let the child be. It's insane to me because it's such a strict Islamic country, but they were so open with this subject with her. They were like, let her be. Maybe it will change down the road, maybe not, but let the child express themselves and then see eventually which
that's
way.
interesting. They were really open like that.
Yeah, it's like Thailand in Iran, but the unfortunate thing is like they force gay people to undergo gender reassignment surgery, and the surgeries aren't that great. And what happens is you'll get the surgery done and stuff. Like the focus is only on surgery. Like you cannot be a woman with a penis or a man with a vagina. It's just not possible. Society will never accept you. So you end up doing
everything.
Yeah, even doing everything. Like they change your
even
passport.
If you don't want to.
Yeah, they force you to do it. You have to do it. So even if you do it, like nobody will hire you. Nobody will you can't get a job. You know, everybody. Not everybody, but a lot of the trans people, they end up doing prostitution or doing illegal stuff because they can't make money.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. Homosexuality is just not allowed. It's something forbidden. So even if you come out as a gay
they
man,
want to transition.
You have to transition because they consider being feminine to be a woman. So that you have to. And if you don't do that, you'll be imprisoned or you have to leave the country. Which you have.
But most people.
They leave. They flee.
They leave or. They oppress it.
They oppress it, or they don't show it. Yeah, which it's crazy because we do have a big LGBT community inside of Iran, but it's just very sad the way they're treated, and there's no opportunities for these kids out there. It's really sad. So my wish is to one day be able to go back and help these kids out with whatever I can do.
So do you have much involvement from your homeland, or?
So I mean, I love my homeland. I love my culture.
Yeah.
I speak the language. I love the food. I love everything about Iran. Unfortunately, the climate has been like this for 40 plus years, forever.
Yeah.
I do know my history. We do not come from this. This is put upon my people, and I'm so proud of my brothers and sisters there that are showing their resistance towards this, and all the people around the globe that are standing up and demonstrating. I mean, we had a demonstration here in LA a few weeks ago, or was it 2 weeks ago? And it's incredible that the newer generation has had enough, and they show that by resisting. The unfortunate thing is that a lot of people are being killed, and it started with
That's what
Masha
I was-
Amani.
Yeah, Masha Amani. Yeah, I
And
read that.
hashtag Masha Amani, everybody go check that out. Like, just get informed about what's going on. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, so many people after Masha have died and before Masha have been killed. So it's not only her, but she was
Well, there's always a face that starts a movement of some particular moment, that happens.
Yeah.
There's, like you said, there's been like vloggers and other influential people that were
singers. Everybody who talked about this issue has been imprisoned or killed.
Exactly. You have pretty much no rights there, it seems like, for women at least.
Women, I mean, men, the younger men too. Yeah. If you do not fit in that stereotypical view of how you should live by the book, the Quran, and there's the Sharia law. If you don't live by that law, you get exiled or you get killed or something bad happens to you.
And then I was wondering, because I was reading about it, Masha, and they said the hijab was worn wrong, and correct?
The hijab was not.
It was worn incorrectly.
It was put on incorrectly.
Yeah, incorrectly. I mean, that's just what they're saying.
Yeah,
and then,
just ridiculous.
But I also saw some video from the BBC saying the government was showing that she had a heart attack.
Yes.
And they showed a video in some public area, and she fell over. But I don't even know if that was really her.
So when they tried to put her in the car, they bumped
beat
her
her
head, beat her up, and behind the scenes, we don't know what happened.
No, we don't. No, of course not.
But they're notorious for
doing stuff like
that and torturing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks ago, there is a girl. Her name was Nika. I'm so sorry, I don't know her last name or her first name correctly. But this young girl was at one of the demonstrations. She was on the phone with her mom. She gets disconnected, and a few days later, the mom gets a call, come pick your daughter up, and her entire face and skull is bashed in. And the kid, the mom wants the body back to bury the body, and then within a day, the body gets kidnapped from the morgue, and the government buries the kid because they don't want more attention on what's going on. It's just horrible. Yeah. It's just horrible.
So it's a huge rise from the younger population because they have technology now, and they know what's going on versus not being brainwashed by the media or the government.
Yeah.
I kind of look at it like how Russia is. The younger generation are fed up, but the older generation they're still for it because they're
that's all they know.
Yeah, that's all they know, and they're brainwashed basically. Whatever's being spit out to them on the media or the television.
Yes.
So,
but what people need to understand is in Iran, you can't just demonstrate or be on the street.
Yeah.
So
they're killing, like you said, they're killing people.
Even in my mom's generation, they didn't want this regime, but they couldn't just go on the street and be like, "We don't want you," because it will just kill you. So people just tolerated this for so long. Yeah. It's the majority of people don't want this.
Yeah, and what it seems like, they are willing to risk their lives for their freedom.
And that's so brave, and it's incredible, and that makes me so proud to have that as my heritage. So, and I will always use my platforms to speak about this subject. We're doing it right now. Yeah. I'll do it on social media. I wish I could do more, but there's only a limit of what I can do, and I just do my best.
Yeah,
I do my best, Linda.